celebrated this year the ANC anniversary, and before that we'll have a special focus on the economy and how the ANC has led in terms of economic policy and making decisions in light of the ravages of COVID-19. Right now, as you can see, the World Health Organization holding its press briefing. It holds these pretty regularly to update the world on new developments. Let's cross live now. The Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus addressing right now.
Vaccine nationalism hurts us all and is self-defeating. But on the flip side, vaccinating equitably saves lives, stabilizes health systems, and would lead to a truly global economic recovery that stimulates job creation. Importantly, it would also help us limit the virus opportunity to mutate. The current variants show that the virus is doing its best to make itself more suitable to ongoing circulation within the human population. This is normal of every virus, but at present we're helping it thrive if we don't reduce transmission and vaccinate equitably. Going forward, I want to see manufacturers prioritize supply and roll out through COVAX. I urge countries that have contracted more vaccines than they will need and are controlling the global supply to also donate and release them to COVAX immediately, which is ready today to roll out them out quickly. And I urge countries and manufacturers to stop making bilateral deals at the expense of COVAX. No country is exceptional and should cut the queue and vaccinate all their population while some remain with no supply of the vaccine. Science has delivered. Let's not waste the opportunity to protect lives of those most at risk and ensure all economies have a fair shot at recovery. It is a massive undertaking to ensure health system planning, coordination, training, and logistics are set and able to roll out vaccines in the midst of a COVID-19 surge. The 100 initiative driven by WHO, UNICEF, and the World Bank is supporting over 100 countries to conduct rapid readiness assessments and develop country-specific plans for vaccines deployment. And we have hit our target. 100 countries have now completed this critical process, and the governments and health systems are on standby for global vaccine rollout. We're ready. COVAX is ready. Countries are ready. The time to deliver vaccines equitably is now. This is a very dangerous time in the course of the pandemic, and I do not want to see people become complacent as vaccines are starting to roll out. Over the past few days, we have seen some of the highest numbers of deaths recorded at any point in the pandemic. This is happening because over previous weeks, there has been a lack of compliance with what health authorities are advising in several countries. The virus has taken advantage of this and is spreading at an alarming rates in some countries. You might think that it wouldn't happen to you, and that you don't need to comply with the measures. The problem is that before you know it, not complying a bit becomes a habit. People you know mimic the behavior, and the whole system breaks down. Not complying with recommended measures gives the virus opportunities to spread, putting you and your loved ones at risk for infection, and for more people to develop severe disease, and for more pressure to be put on health workers. People need to know that they can personally stop the virus, and they need to know that the virus can stop with them. If I said one thing to people in areas where there are high numbers of cases, it would be to do all you can to avoid mixing with people from other households, especially inside. Because the virus thrives when people gather in groups, especially inside, where people are less inclined to physically distance, wear masks and hand wash, and where windows aren't open and there is not adequate ventilation, which means everyone is sharing the same air. In this difficult period, it's best to meet virtually, but if you have to meet others, do it carefully and with the right precautions. Meet outside wherever possible. None of us are exceptional, and the more we can break the chains of transmission and stop the virus ourselves, the more we will avoid severe cases and tragic deaths. This year is the year of the health and care worker. Let's show our respect and appreciation for health workers and care workers by protecting each other and vaccinating all health workers everywhere now. Remember, ending this pandemic is one of humanity's great races. And whether we like it or not, we will win or lose this race together. I thank you. And Fadila, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Tedros. I will now open the floor to questions.
That was the Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Ghebreyesus, warning against complacency, especially as vaccines start to be rolled out, but saying that we're seeing